Hello and welcome to the White Coat Classroom. In this module, we would be studying about the typical ribs. We have 12 pair of ribs. Out of the 12 pair of ribs, the pair of first rib, second rib, 10th rib, 11th rib and the 12th rib are atypical ribs, while the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth are typical ribs. So let's study about typical ribs in detail. At this module, with the side determination of typical ribs. So, for the sake of side determination, we must determine the anterior end and the posterior end. The anterior end of a typical rib is concave, while the posterior end bears the head part, the neck part. So, let's see it. So, this is the concave anterior end, while this is the posterior end having the head part, the neck part, and the tubercles. Now, after the anterior and posterior, let's learn about the medial and the lateral side. The lateral side or the outer border is a convex border. The inner side or the medial side is concave. Now, talking about the third axis, let's identify the superior and the inferior. So, in the inferior aspect, we have a groove, that is the costal groove. So, over here we can appreciate presence of a groove over here. So, this is costal groove which is present in the inferior aspect. So from this, we can identify the superior and inferior. Supposing the tip of stylus facing anteriorly, so here we have is the concave end, the anterior end, and this is the posterior end. About the medial and lateral side, this is the medial side which is a concave one, and this is the lateral convex side. This one is the inferior side, as we can appreciate the costal groove. This is the superior side. From this, when we will be placing like this will be coming in the left side with respect to this person. It belongs to the left side. After the side determination, let's learn some of the features of typical rib. So let's start with the anterior end. This is the anterior end. It is concave in nature and it articulates with the corresponding costal cartilage, and subsequently it gets attached to the sternum bone. After the anterior end, let's appreciate the posterior end. So, talking about the posterior end has three parts: the head part, the neck part, and the tubercles. Talking about the head part has two facets which are separated by a crest. So here we have is a crest and we have two facets, and these facets are for articulation with the body of vertebra. So the superior facet is for articulation with the higher vertebra, while the inferior and larger facet is for articulation with the corresponding vertebra. After the head part, let's appreciate the neck part. So this is the neck of rib. So here we have is a neck of rib. The neck of rib is flattened. So because of flattening, it has two surfaces and two borders. So the two surfaces are the anterior surface and the posterior surface, while the two borders are the superior border and the inferior border. Talking about the posterior surface is a rough surface, while the anterior surface is a smooth surface. Talking about the superior border is a thin border and it is crest-like, while inferior border is a thick rounded border. And this is how the posterior end of typical rib articulates with the corresponding thoracic vertebra. Here we can appreciate this is the neck part, and the neck part is just in front of the transverse process. After the neck part, let's appreciate the tubercles. So on the posterior end, we have two tubercles. So this is the first tubercle and this is the second tubercle. This lower tubercle is articular in nature and it articulates with the corresponding transverse process of the corresponding vertebra, while this tubercle is non-articular in nature, and the articular tubercle on the rib articulates with the transverse process of the thoracic vertebra. Here we have is a thoracic vertebra. This is the transverse process of thoracic vertebra, and on transverse process we have articular area. This articular area articulates with the articular part of tubercle on rib. So this is that articular tubercle with which it articulates. On posterior end we have is the head part, the neck part, and the tubercles. Now, after the anterior and the posterior end, let's appreciate the shaft. Now, talking about the shaft has two surfaces and two borders. So it has an inner surface, an outer surface, and the two borders are the superior border and the inferior border. Talking about the inner surface is a smooth surface and it is covered with the pleura, while the outer surface has an oblique line which directs downwards and laterally. Talking about the upper border is a thick border and it has two lips, the outer lip and the inner lip. While talking about the inferior border is a thin border. So this was about the surfaces and border of the shaft of rib. Talking about the angle of rib is situated posteriorly 5 centimeter lateral to the tubercles. So let's appreciate it. So here we can appreciate is the angle of rib, and this angle of rib is present approximately 5 centimeters from the tubercle. With this, we have completed with the anatomy of typical rib. So quickly revising, the interior end is a concave end. The posterior end has three features, the head, neck and the tubercle. Talking about the shaft is curved and it has an angle approximately 5 centimeter lateral to the tubercles, and the shaft has two borders and two surfaces, the inner and outer surface, the superior and inferior border. That's it about the typical rib. If you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button. If you want never to miss our lecture, please click on the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. See you there in the next module.